Palantir stock has been on a huge run since the beginning of June, gaining more than 35%. But when I made this video on May 25th, I was told that Palantir is overhyped trash and I'm wasting my money. Not a single person has come back and said, hey Paul, you were actually right, but instead I keep getting asked, is Palantir stock still a buy and how high will Palantir go? If you follow the stock, then you know just how much Palantir is growing as a company. And although the stock price has increased a lot over the past year, Palantir has still not reached its all-time high from 2021. But will Palantir make Millionaires and break to new all-time highs in the coming months? Remember, the Palantir earnings call is only a matter of days away now, so in this video I will try to explain what is going on with Palantir and what we can expect between now and the earnings release on August 5th. Now we have a lot to get through in this video, so I will try to keep this intro short, but if you find any value in this, can I ask you to smash the like button? It literally costs nothing, but it helps me out so much. I'm aiming to get 500 likes on this video. Help me hit that goal. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new content like this. I want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, so always do your own due diligence and try to answer the question later in the video. But for now, let's get straight into it. First of all, what is Palantir? Palantir is a software company that builds the world's leading platforms for data-driven operations and decision-making. Palantir specializes in data analytics. Its software lets businesses capture and integrate data, develop and manage AI and machine learning models, and build applications that incorporate those data sets and models. These applications help workers make better decisions, and Palantir develop long-term partnerships with organizations working together to help them realize the value in their data and transform how they operate. The company provides solutions for many industries, such as automotive, cyber, financial compliance, law enforcement, and defense forces, among others. It serves various private enterprises, public institutions, and non-profit organizations. Palantir is a fully global company and has operations in North America, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, but Palantir is headquartered in the US. So that's a very simple breakdown of what Palantir is and what they do. Now, Palantir recently debuted a new product called AIP, or Artificial Intelligence Platform, which brings support for large language models and generative AI to its existing software. With industry analysts having praised Palantir for its technology developments, ranking Palantir as a leader in the artificial intelligence and machine learning and data science market in many reports over the past 2 years. This article looks at 3 high potential stocks on track to double by next year, and of course, top of the list is Palantir, citing that Palantir has managed to attract an envious clientele and could be a winner in the AI race. Palantir has a sturdy portfolio of commercial and government clients and has won their confidence through its AIP platform, saying that Palantir is one of the best high potential stocks to own and has set the momentum for the second half of 2024. The stock isn't cheap, but its value is justified. PLTR stock has immense potential and a lot of room to run. It is one of the top AI stocks that can double your money by mid-2025. Now this is important, so listen up. There has been analyst downgrades for Palantir stock over the past month, where Monez Crispy downgraded Palantir stock to a sell and Mizuho downgraded Palantir to underperforming. But that has not stopped Palantir from continuing on its upward trend. Ironically, despite Mizuho downgrading the stock, they also raised their price target. Monez Crispy analyst Brian White downgraded Palantir stock to a sell, citing the company's glutinous valuation for the downgrade. White also stated that Palantir's valuation based on enterprise value to revenue was higher than that of any other stock in the software universe. The analyst stated, as multiples in the space have contracted in recent weeks, Palantir's valuation has expanded. Palantir also trades at a generous premium to the 3 fastest growing companies in this group. Now, this downgrade was a few weeks ago, and Palantir stock has been rising ever since. In fact, PLTR stock is up about 20% since this downgrade. Now, if we look at the investor's presentation for just a moment, we can see the level of growth quarter over quarter. Commercial customer count has increased significantly year over year, as too has their government customers and total customer count, leading the way for massive revenue growth and huge adjusted income increases. In fact, this huge growth has seen Palantir turn from loss-making to profitable and achieve GAAP operating profits for the first time last year. Everything is pointing upwards for this company, and although the share price has been increasing, I get the feeling that this is just the tip of the iceberg for Palantir. Now, management has been very prudent with lowballing guidance for the upcoming earnings report, expecting up to 653 million in revenue and 213 million adjusted income. Now, the last time I did an earnings preview video on Palantir, I was spot on with my predictions on all the growth figures as well as the revenue and EPS prediction. If you would like to get an earnings preview over the next couple of days, then drop a comment below and let me know. If I get 500 likes on this video over the weekend, I will make an earnings preview on Palantir within the next couple of days. Now, this is a very interesting article on Seeking Alpha, and I highly recommend everyone to have a read of this in full because I am skipping most of this. There is a link to this in the description below, so check this out. But in general, the author here is discussing how Palantir's AIP has the potential to tap into a $500 billion market, and current estimates do not reflect this, stating that the adoption of Palantir's AIP could lead to mass adoption and thoroughly change the company's direction, just like the Model 3 did for Tesla. Palantir has laid out the foundation for mass adoption of its AIP by expanding its free developer tier. To understand the importance of this and how exactly it will impact on Palantir's future, we must look backwards. Back in July 2017, Tesla launched the Model 3, an affordable EV that was fit for everyday use. Sales of the Model 3 skyrocketed over the following years, and it became the best-selling EV for the next 3 years, surpassing over 1 million sales by 2021. So this was the turning point for Tesla, which had been on the edge of bankruptcy, and the Model 3 became arguably the first mass-produced EV. Tesla did two things with the Model 3 that made a difference. First, the car was affordable, and second, they made owning an EV cool. Palantir has now made its artificial intelligence platform free for developers. This is limited to 5 users, allowing developers around the world to build on it. This will create potentially limitless adoption. As more developers begin to use the tool, they will begin to see the value in it, and word of mouth will do the rest, leading to exponential growth in users. Like Tesla's Model 3, Palantir is opening the doors to mass adoption by reducing the barriers to entry, and this will do wonders for the company. Ultimately, there are 3 key ways to benefit Palantir. Firstly, the word-of-mouth marketing, increased value of the network as more developers build on it, and the network effects. Allowing developers to use AIP will inherently make the platform much more valuable, since they will naturally discover new use cases and create applications and systems that Palantir itself or large enterprise clients might not have even thought about. In turn, this creates a network effect as the AIP ecosystem becomes more robust and filled with useful applications. The potential appeal and benefit to any individual user increases. But most importantly, how can Palantir tap into a $500 billion market opportunity? So the global enterprise software market is huge and is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 10.9%, reaching $519 billion by 2030. AIP is already growing organically, as its existing customers are using the platform more and more. That proves that AIP does indeed solve real-world problems, and that's something the whole world will know soon. So again, I'm skipping right down here to a very interesting bit that I have highlighted. It's not unreasonable to think that Palantir's footprint in this space could one day rival that of another behemoth in the industry. SAP commands around 10% of the enterprise resource planning market and has annual revenues of around $30 billion. With a 10% market share, Palantir's revenues from commercial contracts alone could be worth close to $50 billion by 2030. Even half of that would put us at $25 billion. Now, analysts are currently projecting Palantir to achieve revenue of $8 billion, which is a very long way short of what is possible, and is looking increasingly likely that they have not factored in the huge potential market that AIP is tackling. It's not like Palantir has any limitations to its revenues. Revenues could hypothetically explode to the upside. It's just a matter of AIP reaching critical mass. The key takeaway here is, you might say Palantir doesn't look like it can achieve such a lofty goal. That's probably what people thought of Tesla ahead of the Model 3 release, when the company was mere months away from bankruptcy. 2 years later, it was one of the most valuable companies in the world. Similarly, not many would have predicted Nvidia would begin to grow at triple-digit rates, and now here we are, with Nvidia as one of the most valuable companies in the world. AIP is a relatively new product, so we are just beginning to see what it can do for its users and for Palantir Technologies' revenues. So what do you think about this? Are you still bullish on Palantir stock? Do you believe that AIP is that spark that will light up a massive run for Palantir over the coming years? Of course, there is always the naysayers who will say that Palantir is trash or that the stock is going to crash soon, but I've been listening to that all year and still no signs of it happening, or if it ever will happen. But always do your own due diligence. Remember that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, so always do your own research. But if you enjoyed this analysis, then please like and subscribe. And don't forget to vote on the community posts. This is where I give viewers the chance to vote for what videos you actually want to see most. If you have any suggestions that are not on the list, then leave a comment and I can include it in the next community vote. Anyways, I hope you make a load of money on this stock. Follow me on Twitter and I'll catch you in the next